the JK Games, the game podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
My headphone's just falling out, so I'm just going to leave that out like that. And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge,
this is a show. Try to level up your gaming knowledge. Your gaming knowledge.
Let's go.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Before we forget, I'm Jerica, one of your lovely hosts.
And I'm Kayla, your other host. But we're not who's important this week. You know who is important? This guy over here. I think this is the right direction.
What point?
Who is this man?
Point, Kayla. Point. The other way. The other direction with your... There you go. That's it.
Who is this guy?
What's up? My name is Jim Tacey, or Brett, if you want to call me by my real name. And I'm a streamer, allegedly.
Yeah.
He is.
Government name.
Yeah.
The full government name. I'm so excited to pick your brain about all of your things. And I can't wait to do that because this is your first time here.
Yep.
Welcome. Hopefully our audience is kind to you. I'm sure they will be. I'm sure they'll have lots of burning questions.
Comes in here pretty hot and spicy, but I appreciate it.
Keep me honest. Yeah, keep me honest.
Well, let's just go ahead and dive in because I've got lots of questions. Like, is there anything, like, where can the people find you? Let's go ahead and get it up front and early on because we go into our housekeeping pretty early on, which we'll go ahead and jump in. We got to do our loadout. We got to get our gear on. We got to get our supplies ready where you just, that's my loadout. Yeah. Where can people find you? What do you stream primarily? What do you do? Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so I'm Jim Tacey on all platforms. Jim Tacey met on Instagram because someone took Jim Tacey there, but Jim Tacey, you'll find me everywhere. And yeah, I primarily stream, but sometimes I do short form content all over the interwebs, and I mostly play shooters and battle royales. That's kind of my main bag, but sometimes I'll boot up, an old Star Wars game or something if I'm just,
nice.
In the mood. So. But yeah, a little bit of variety, but mostly shooters.
I'm a big fan. That is my wheelhouse, as Jerica knows. Like that's something that I really enjoy.
She's either farming or she's shooting things, which sounds very Southern of us,
It does, but that just if the shoe fits, wear it. I guess you know what I mean. Like it. But that's awesome. And we already have some early love in the chat from High School Weekly. He does love us, giving some gifts of subs. Look, now you're really a part of the show,
buddy. Sweet.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Well, welcome. Other things, if you guys are new to our show, if you're coming from Jim Tacey's audience, we welcome. We love to have you here. If you're listening after the fact, we go live every Monday, typically around 8:30 Central Time. And you can follow us on JK Games Podcast on all platforms, Twitch, where you get your podcast, all that fun stuff. Twitter, we're now on Blue Sky, Instagram, all the things. That's kind of a little bit about us. Jerica, are you... Well, no, we don't know if you're confirmed for Spotlight Games next week. Yes or no?
It's actually literally tomorrow. So...
That's right.
It depends. Like, I am available tomorrow, and my goal, the goal is to spoil the heck out of Dragon Age with them. I haven't been able to send the message yet saying, guys, I don't think I'm going to make it because I just can't finish it. But I still have tomorrow. So, who's to say?
You may or may not hear my dog having an absolute fit in the background. That's her opinions on you not finishing Dragon Age.
Pissed. She's pissed, just like my girlfriend, because she really wants me to beat it too, so we can talk about it.
I mean, you're playing the same game in you ever walk in and she's playing it and you're like, oh, gotta step out?
Yeah, I'm like, I'll walk up the stairs and literally is like, I'm coming in, please don't, is it safe for me to walk in? And she'll have to pause, and I, not spoiled, but...
That's actually incredible. Me and my husband do not play similar games, so we don't have to worry about that.
Nice. There you go.
He's more of a, he's a big superhero games guy. He loves the Batman Arkham games. Spider-Man, which I did play, he beat it way before me, so that was one thing that we had to kind of coordinate and like not spoil each other on. But it's normally we're pretty safe as far as like who's playing what. But Audrey and Jerica, I feel like have very similar tastes, so you guys probably have to worry about that a lot.
Yeah, it's tough. We have separate parts of the house that we have our own dedicated space because we just cannot listen or see what we're doing most times because of spoilers.
We have a new chatter. I don't know if this is a Jim Tasty entrance, but M. Santa May, hello, welcome. We are excited to have you.
Yeah.
Aw, that's fun. And we other housekeeping things. I am so excited to announce that I have finished Arcane.
She just did.
From Jerica's Hackling, we are here. We finished.
Wait, I want to talk about it so bad. That's why.
Brett, do you watch?
Why we're late? Because I did that Saturday, then Sunday I played Dragon Age, and I should have been preparing for this, so I apologize. But anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I have not watched Arcane yet, but anytime it's been brought up, I've heard nothing but glowing things about it. So I am a big Star Wars fan, and Skeleton Crew is coming out here soon. So I'll have to jump on Arcane here this week or something before Skeleton Crew comes out. So and you said it's an easy binge, so.
It's so easy, and guess what? It's even easier. There needs to be some kind of name for this phenomena, because like whenever I indulge in something, I wait to the perfect moment to introduce it to Kayla so she doesn't have to wait. So like,
yeah,
really incredible.
Same thing happened. She's never played. I was like, hey, the new one's about to come out. You should play the first game now. Now's the time to play. So she got to play those back to back. She might have had some therapy sessions she had to take with all that turmoil back and forth. The same thing with the Arcane too, but it took 3 years for season 2 to come out. For Arcane.
Yeah,
it ends with a cliffhanger, and that sucked. That sucked.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on the 2-year gap or whatever with shows now. Too long.
Yeah,
it hurts the soul.
It's a lot. What are some of your favorite TV shows? This is an impromptu interview question.
Ooh.
So don't mind. Just curious.
I mean, you got to throw in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Me and Jerica are fans. House of the Dragon. Really good.
House of the Dragon, enjoying that as well. And you got the new show coming out next year. Excited about that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Got to throw in The Office. Big fan of The Office.
Classic.
I've really been enjoying Community lately.
I haven't seen that.
Really been enjoying Community lately. Yeah, with Joel McHale and Ken Jeong and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's so funny. Probably got to throw in Seinfeld. It's classic. I'm trying to think what else am I missing here. Parks and Rec. Love that show as well.
Glorious.
Yeah. Oh, Succession. I don't know if you've seen Succession.
Oh, yeah. I ate that all.
I binged that. I waited until it was all over, and then I watched it all in like a month, and I was like, this is incredible. Like, holy crap. Like, so good. Yeah, I think that's probably like a good couple of shows that are representative. You know, some serious, some goofy, you know.
Have you
CC, unacceptable, you're late in the chat. Unacceptable.
Oh yeah, CC's joining us for the Arcane chat next week.
Oh,
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Jerica, you were about to ask if he watched something.
Severance.
Oh.
Okay, so I have not seen Severance, but I know the second season's coming soon, and I've been waiting to time my watch because I remember hearing about the show years ago, but everyone's like, we don't even know when the heck season 2 is coming out. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna get into it yet. So love Adam Scott, love Ben Stiller, like all those guys. So heard good things. I heard it's like a mind bender, so
good.
I'm ready.
Smart move. Also, just waiting. Do you get it?
Oh, Ted Lasso. I really like Ted Lasso. Speaking of Apple TV,
good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite shows of all time. I love Ted Lasso. So good.
So wholesome. It's
like
the best.
A perfect blend of like serious toned and like funny toned. I think it's like absolutely perfect. Well, good. I'm glad we got a good understanding of your taste, for lack of a better word.
Mr. Tasty. Yes.
But if you're new here, if you're listening, we do lay our episodes out in a couple different modes. We got our easy mode where we talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing, what we've been watching, which is what we're doing now. And then we have our normal mode where we talk about a couple of news things. We have a few things to discuss this week. And then our expert mode where we talk about our main topic, which we're going to talk Call of Duty with Jim Tasty. Jim Tasty's been streaming a lot of Call of Duty. Him and Jerica played together recently. That was really fun. Oh, he's got it ready. He's got it ready. So we'll definitely dive into that in our expert mode. And of course, we have to ask our classic cauldron question, which I hope I'm ready for it. We do it with every guest, so I can't wait. But let's go ahead and dive into what we've been playing. What have you been playing, Brett? Let's start with you. You're a special guest. We got to start with you, Jim Tasty. What you been playing lately?
So I always have those games that like are always in the rotation, like those live service games. So I've been playing a lot of Fortnite as always, with the Fortnite remix season from Chapter 2 a couple years ago.
Nice.
Been really enjoying that. Been playing a lot of Black Ops 6, mostly multiplayer and Battle Royale, but jumping into the campaign a little bit today, just to freshen up there. I'm still working through Dragon Age. I'm not even near where Jerica is, so I'm like way behind. But that's a game I just got to marinate in because I'm such a huge fan of that franchise. So, and then Fall Guys too. I really like Fall Guys, so always try to jump in there and grief a couple people. So.
Are you good?
I don't play as much as I used to. I used to be decent, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I'll get a crown or two. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I was gonna ask. There's been a lot of like content, like skins, and other various things that have almost made me hop back on. But has there been I haven't played in a long time. I think probably since launch. Has there been a lot of different modes or like maps, obstacle courses been added to the game since?
Yeah. So they are kind of in that stage of the game's life where like they made the content creation tool like kind of. I've been playing a lot of Halo 2, by the way. So
nice.
But just because they have like a forge tool in that game now, where like they can make levels, or people can jump in and make their own levels. Yeah, so a lot of the new content is just like that kind of content where it's like just using the in-game tools to make content. So there's always like something new anytime I jump in, every couple weeks or so. Yeah.
I totally missed that. That's I bet I could only imagine,
It's pretty inventive. Yeah, like the levels are crazy. It's not just like just running straight ahead, like Fall Guys was back in the day.
We might have to take
a peek
at that.
That would be fun for us to all play together too. That would be a good stream night because it's really funny. Like I always laugh so much when I play that game.
Yeah,
it's a good time. We got a couple new people in the chat that I would love to shout out. We've got Adam Gumby from Jim Tasty's audience. We've got Cozy Bear Live. We got Affiable Idiots. Aw, Chad signed into the Affiable Idiots account. Welcome, all friends.
Okay, here's the
all
thing.
Great friends of the show.
Because I don't want to get in trouble. We made a promise and I forgot it to add to the note this time. Who is our sponsor? It is Dallas. Just in case.
Oh yes.
Back to him. Not that. See, I didn't even need to bring it up, but I can't hide behind it. We forgot.
I can't hide
that Dallas is the reason for that this show exists. He ended up securing a 30th anniversary PlayStation 5 Pro. And is selling it to me at retail cost because he's an incredible friend.
Whoa, let's go.
My ashes will be put in that thing if I leave this world. So I just wanted to make sure that since the guys are here, that they heard it loud and clear. Dallas, you're amazing. Thank you for making sure this show is in existence. There we go.
That's incredible.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't mean to do
truly amazing. I love it. So that's what you've been playing. Jerica, what have you been playing lately?
I've been trying to play Dragon Age, not because it's not fun. It's an incredible time. But if you know, Saturday, the last episode of Arcane came out, and I'm not going to talk about Arcane, but I am going to say I was drunk off of it for a good chunk of the day. Just couldn't get my mind off of it. I don't know how you're operating right now. It was a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. I'm gonna have to rewatch. For sure.
Wait. So I did play about 4 hours of Dragon Age last night. So I'm still pushing through. I think every time I hop in and get going, though, it is really hard to stop because I honestly get a new ability, or this is sort of annoying, but I'm so glad it's part of the game. I just know it's a BioWare game. I just have missions showing up left or right. I look at my map and someone wants to talk. And I feel like if I don't talk to them, I might not be able to romance them later because I'm talking to a few people right now. Can't figure out who I'm gonna wifey up with right now. Or husband. Listen, the guy that's possessed by Spit, I call his demon Spit. That's not his demon's name. Laconis.
Yeah.
He's a very interesting character. So, I don't
love
know
options.
Yet. So once again,
For
lots of
options.
distractions in the game that are preventing me from progressing the main story. I'm just doing all the side quests. They keep popping up, which I'll say I feel like is not as intense as it was with Inquisition, because I feel like with Inquisition that was one of the parts that prevented me from playing, because I just felt like I needed to do everything, and there was like a plethora of missions getting thrown my way. And we've talked about it, the hinterlands. Like, I got stuck there for so long, and I feel like at some point I went into another area that was just way too big. I feel like it was just too much space and quests, a lot of filler. And I think that's why I didn't finish that game. But yeah, just going through Dragon Age, Veilguard, it's good, it's great. I recommend anyone playing it. I don't know how I feel about the end because I'm not there. So hopefully that's going to happen soon. This week. It's supposed to happen tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I feel like, you know what you should do, Jerica? I figured it out for you.
Okay.
You should do a 12-hour stream. Just mainline it, just like stream it and then just don't stop. Stay up all night, drink many Red Bulls. And then
I don't have to get up too early. So maybe I do that a little bit tonight. So you're not wrong.
That was a joke.
No, I hear the call out. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I sort of lost my train of thought.
What was this is totally a little bit of random derail, but kind of relates to what I've been playing lately too. What is the last game that y'all stayed like up all night playing? Is there a game like recently that y'all have stayed up like super late playing? Because I just love that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I want to stay up and play this game. Weirdly enough, for me, this is when I got super into Palworld for a little while.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was a moment.
It kind of fell off for me, but like for y'all, what has that been like in the last like couple of years for you guys? Have you had any games that like I'm staying up through the night to play this game?
We were talking about Jedi Fallen Order, but when that game came out, like, I took off work that day and I got up at 6 a.m. and I flew to New Zealand and or I set my Xbox location to New Zealand and played it early, like 12 hours early or something, and just played it the entire day and like didn't stop. I like 100% of that game in like 4 days or something like that. Like, that is just all I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jerica, I feel like you had one recently. I can't remember what it was.
It was Destiny, and it almost killed me never again. Not because I wanted to. Like, it literally almost killed me.
That's funny. I other than that, I haven't played Palworld recently. I just got in a weird, like, I have hyperfixations, and one of them was Palworld for a little bit. I was like super into it. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. But right now, I actually found this really fun. I needed a little bit of a palate cleanser. My main game right now that I've been playing and trying to finish is Life is Strange Double Exposure. I've been really enjoying it. It's a really fun game. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Life is Strange games, but it's something I'm really into. I love like the narrative choices and things like that. Have you ever played any of them?
So I've never played a Life is Strange game, but I have played like a lot of the Telltale and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any different, but I kind of am familiar with that like choice-based narrative game. Yeah.
Very similar.
I love it's like it's in the same vein, right? Like the Telltale, like narrative driven type story games. But I don't always want that. Like, I feel like that my two wheelhouses are like games like that, right? Like very narrative, very like, I love a good choice based game because I love being able to affect the outcome. And then I also love like first person shooter type games, which is why I've been really into Black Ops 6 lately. And we're going to talk about that later, of course. But I've been super into that and playing a lot of that in between what I'm in the mood for. It really just depends. And then I also found this, if you guys know, it's an ongoing joke that I love farm games. I love farm games. I love simulator games. And there's this game called Luma Island. And I don't know how I found it on Steam, but I was looking around, just seeing what was new. And the art, if you guys look it up, Luma Island.
That one of your dumpster dives?
It might be. And this is something that we've been discussing with some of our friends from Spotlight Games about dumpster dive games, which is like, you know, games that maybe are at the bottom of a gem at the bottom of the dumpster that people may not know about. And this one's a little bit more expensive than like your normal indie game. It's $25, but I think it's on sale right now it's $20 on sale right now for $16 on Steam.
Oh.
And I primarily play on PC, and I found this. It's like there's magic involved too. It's like a classic like farm sim type game. It came out this month, like a few days ago actually. It came out last week. And you can farm, you have like different professions, you have magic, you have like collectibles. Very interesting. I like the art style a lot. So I've sunk a few hours into that. That's been like my current kind of thing that was on my radar because it was new, just like on the Steam homepage. So that's my 3 games. That very wide array of taste.
Yes.
That Life is Strange and Call of Duty is what I'm currently playing. So yeah. I really appreciate you guys shouting me out in the chat and really, really supporting me. It's really kind of you. But Jerica, we got some news to talk about this week. Do you want to take us into our normal mode?
Yeah,
our news?
And one last thing before we progress, I do want to say, Mr. Tasty, I have seen you in person before.
Mm-hmm. When?
But I knew of you, but I didn't know you personally, so I was going to say hello. We were in line at the Game Awards.
Really?
Yeah, last year.
We're outside or inside the venue?
Outside. I lost track of you when you went inside. But that's actually where I met Madeline first.
Yeah. Yeah, we were in line.
I knew of her more than you, not because popularity or anything. I just knew connected with her on socials. But I saw you too, and I was like, hey, I know that guy, but I don't have that kind of relationship with you. So now that we've sort of chatted, I feel like if I'm ever in line at the Game Awards again, I will say hello to you and talk and maybe have a real conversation. But yeah, I was like just a few feet away from you. And that's
crazy.
Now. Yeah, you can say
that's wild. No, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I didn't smell you. There was a lot of smells out in downtown LA, but it wasn't you.
Yeah. No, so I went to the Game Awards. That was my first one last year, and it was super cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But it was super. Yeah, I met Madeline and like Verum Dex and a couple other folks that are in the kind of funny circles, and it was super cool.
I promise.
That's so funny. You should have said hey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I did. I do like stiffing people.
High School Weekly said Jerica stream sniping IRL.
That's me.
That's so funny. Jim probably got a whiff of hot dog.
Yeah, if you smell hot dog water, it's me. It's not hot dog water, it's Jerica. It's me. All right. Now
that's so funny.
Back. I was gonna forget that, so that's why I brought it up here. All right, real quick.
That's a cool story, like your meet cute without him even knowing.
Yeah.
So kind.
It was fun. I want to maybe do that again, but I hear Summer Games Fest is actually the place you want to go. Way more to do. A little bit. Yeah, I was talking to Madeline about it because I was like, she was asking if we were going to go this year, go again. I was like, it's too expensive to fly from. We're on the other side of the country, all the way to California. It's too expensive for one night. So we might do Summer Games Fest though, because that seems to be a few extra days, other things happening that you can take a look at. And so she agreed. It's a little bit more worth your time and investment, but both things are great.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been to SGF, so gotta go someday. No more E3, man. Ugh.
I know. Sad. The closest replacement for it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to read this entire thing. I know it's arcade news, but I wanted to. Have you ever played League of Legends, Mr. Tasty?
I think I downloaded it once, but I mean, this was like 10 years ago or whatever, and even then the reputation preceded the game. I was too afraid, and I'm a controller guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the biggest mouse and keyboard fan, so that paired with the reputation, I was like, I'm gonna get eaten alive. I respect it though.
I haven't played in 10 years either. I play a lot in college, so my arcane,
I've never played.
like arcane knowledge up there, but actual League of Legends lore not there. But it's important because I'm gonna read this article real quick. Arcane is just the beginning of Riot and Fortitia's plans for League of Legends shows, and this is from Austin Goslin at Polygon. Arcane has come to an end. But the closing out of Vi, Jinx, Caitlyn, Jace, and Victor's stories is more like a beginning than an ending. According to Riot Games Fortitia Netflix, the show's finale didn't arrive because it was getting canceled, but rather it's because it was simply the end of this particular story. But it's certainly not the end to animated collaborations between Riot Games and Fortiche set in the League of Legends universe. While there hasn't been an official announcement of a new show just yet, there are plenty of new projects in the works. We have over 160 champions in our game. That's lots. And I want to know their story, said Christian Link. He is head of that. I forget the official name, but the animation section of Riot. And he wants to tell those stories. And then there was an update on November 25th. Is it? That's today. Today, hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Whew. After the finale of Arcane, Christian Link also appeared on a popular League of Legends streamer channel. I'm probably butchering his name. Nikrit, probably Nikrit, sure. Like critical hit. Nikrit, to talk a little bit about the show and what might be coming. During the stream, he reiterates that a few follow-up shows have been in development for several years, and specifically calls out that the Runeterra regions of Noxus, Ionia, and Dementia are potential places for the team to explore in the future. However, he still doesn't confirm exactly what that next show might be. So, all that to say, the beauty of Arcane, the talent at Fortiche, that's the animation studio that they partnered with, you'll be able to see more beautiful things in the future. And to his point, there's 160 champions, and they literally touched on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Arcane. So, really cool. So, all this to say, I still cannot believe the show is based off League of Legends. Because, to our points, like playing League of Legends 1 doesn't look like the show. Definitely something completely different. You would go in and expecting something like another type of game. It is top down. There's lanes. There's characters. It's very competitive, obviously. Big in the esports scene. And I haven't played in 10 years. And even though I love Arcane, I did not download League of Legends and play it. So it says a lot. Not that it's not fun. It's just really hard to be great. And there's just so many champions. But they kill it with backstory and lore. This is if they continue to be able to make this kind of content, it's going to be the next they're going to have their own little MCU, with stories. So, anywho, I'll get off that. I don't know, Kayla. Have you ever played League of Legends, Kayla?
I haven't. I actually have not. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to I've always played games, right, my whole life, but oh Lord. Sorry. She has things to say. But no, I haven't. Primarily League of Legends is PC gaming, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
On the PC.
Yeah, and I primarily I only have had my PC for 3 years, I would say. Before then, I was pretty exclusively PlayStation. Which leads me to ask, I think we've talked about this a little bit, Jim Tasty, but what do you primarily game on? What's your primary console of choice?
Yeah, so I primarily game on Xbox. Okay. I have it all, so I have it all. If I have to play on mouse and keyboard, I can. If I need to, I got the Switch, got the PS5, got the Wii U still hooked up. All that goodness. So
not the Wii U, pulling out the stops. I love it.
Oh man, they just announced Xenoblade Chronicles X. A lot of those exclusives they're dwindling away. Just Zelda. The Zeldas are still exclusive.
That's cool.
Okay,
cool.
Jarek, I was going to ask you, with Arcane, what legend would you want to see be like for the next show? And do you want it animated?
It sort of sucks because like the cool kids say who they main. Is that what they say?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how they say.
Play with like literally Caitlyn and Teemo were the
Okay.
two characters I played a lot, and they're both from the region that Arcane's based on. So outside of that, like I wish I could answer that because I know of other champions. Since I've watched Arcane, I'm like, oh, let me get into this deep lore. I turned into such a nerd. So I'm trying to, because I like to know.
Yeah, turned in.
If there's like an Easter egg in the show, like I want to know what it is and why it's there. And I know I want to be able to know where we're going next. But yeah, if anything, like in terms of regions, based on what I've read, like I want them to go further with Noxus. And just because it's such that group or that, I forget, like, I don't know, it's not called a country, but that region area, that collection of people are very driven in a lot of very, not the best ways. They seem like sort of bad, but they're also good. So I'm curious just to hear, like, we saw a few people from Noxus and Arcane. Like, I want to see the other folks that are a part of that group. So I hope they continue to, like, invest in, there's, like, apparently there was a champion teased in the show that I'm just not familiar with, and everybody was really excited about it. So, from Noxus.
That would be fun to be a part of, for sure. No, I'm
not. I don't know if anyone in the chat plays League of Legends, but like if there's a particular region or a character you would like for them to focus on next, like I want to know, because I want to research who that character is and why that would be cool. So
yeah, Miss Anime did say there's about 10 champions in the show. Some of them are just pretty minor roles, so it sounds like she's very knowledgeable.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I need to, at this point, just remove everything from behind me and make an arcane wall like Caitlyn has when she's like tracking genius. Like I need to.
That's funny.
I can make predictions on where we're going next.
I'm going to move on to the next piece, which I'm actually really excited to talk about. But one last thing, you know what's interesting, Jerica, to think about is like, Jim Tasty, I think we talked about this before, and you're a fan of The Last of Us. Did I hear you say that before we started?
Big fan, yeah.
Perfect.
You're in great company.
You're already fitting in perfectly. You can come back anytime you want.
Love it.
Speaking of, Troy Baker actually is going to appear in Naughty Dog's next game. According to Tom Ivan at Video Game Chronicle, just a piece from this article, while the role he'll play is unclear and the game itself has not yet been announced, Troy Baker's inclusion was confirmed in the new GQ profile of the actor. Directly from Druckmann, in a heartbeat, I would always work with Troy. What do you think about that? That's crazy.
Do you think it's The Last of Us, or do you think it's a new game?
I think it's got to be their new game, right? Just based off of what? Never mind. And
you have insider scoops? My hair, it went crazy. I need to know. Do you have any scoops?
Oh, just based off of The Last of Us, So, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Well, flashbacks. It could be flashback.
Prequel or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I imagine it's got to be their new game, whatever they're working on. But I don't think it's a main role, just based off of he's already gotten that before, and they probably want to give someone else a shot or whoever's right for that role.
I agree.
But he'll definitely probably be like a side character or something, a recurring character for sure.
When does Indiana Jones come out? I feel like that's right around the corner.
That's like December 7th or something. It's like in like a week or something, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Get to hear him there.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I am too, actually.
Big Indiana Jones fan. So.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Booze JD. December 9th.
What did you say?
I was just
December 9th.
Booze.
Oh, December 9th. Oh, hey, thank you. We love to see it.
Boozy bags, JD. Okay.
That was great, Jerica. I think it'll be good. Whatever he voice acts, like, I think it'll be great. Like, just him involved in
Just can't get
whatever
over
else Naughty Dog is doing.
his range is just wild. Like he can sound like
Yeah.
a completely different human. It's like Laura Bailey too. Like me and
Yeah.
my girlfriend have gone down this big like anime rabbit hole. So it's more her than me, but just hearing different voices, she's like, "That's Laura Bailey." I'm like, at this point, I'm not surprised. Doesn't sound like her at all. So
just gotta trust the process, you know.
Mm.
Well, yeah, definitely. If you're interested in the future, you know, we have another show, Clickerbait, where we talk about The Last of Us in extents. So would love to have you on at some point to talk about season 2.
we're gonna recap every episode right after it airs every week. So
ooh, okay, I love that.
I want to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited for season 2, man. Especially with how they're gonna tell that story. Oh, I could get into it. Cool.
No spoilers, but
yeah.
We'll get into it for sure because we did that with season 1. It was really fun talking through like the differences and the similarities. And where me and Jericho are not complete purists when it comes to it. Like we love when they innovate and do new things too. Like we're open to whatever they have in mind. So I'm excited to see what happens with it.
This is random and this is wild. You're talking about getting wild. What was y'all's reaction to that zombie that did the like mouth kiss on what's her face?
I thought it was very poetic. Loved it. Great. Whoever pitched that, brilliant.
That was insane.
I was like,
reaction?
I was like, what is happening? But then obviously the plot unfolds and I'm like, okay, it still hits. But I was like, why did they choose to do
Why
that?
they have to?
That was strange. Yeah.
It was strange.
I was just strapped in for the ride. Was that, what episode was that? Was that early on or I can't remember.
3, right?
I think that was 2 because 3 was Bill.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
High School Weekly said that scene was great. But I again, we could talk about The Last of Us for literally the whole rest of the show. I would be totally fine with that. But we do have one last piece of news, Jericho. Did you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, a minute. So Sony set to take on Nintendo with a new portable PlayStation. Report is from Wesley Yampool at IGN. Sony is reported to return to the handheld console market with a new portable PlayStation that plays PS5 games on the go. Bloomberg reports that this unannounced handheld console is in the works now, but although it won't be released for some time and may end up coming to nothing. Sony has declined to comment. Sony wants to expand the market for PlayStation games, Bloomberg sources said, with a handheld console that plays those games, PS5 games. If the console makes it to market, Sony will be taking on Nintendo's unannounced Switch successor and an Xbox handheld, which Microsoft gaming chief Phil Spencer has already confirmed is in the works, but years away. Sony's portable device is likely far away, but the company could decide against bringing it to market. The people said, these people said, not asking to be named, discussing private plans. So this is all reported from Bloomberg, but I took this from IGN because it summarizes a little bit easier. But yeah, like, I don't know about y'all. If that's the only reason I have, what is this thing? Hold on.
The Portal?
No. My girlfriend has that. I have this thing, which, it's already...
Oh, is that the Rogue Ally?
Yeah. This is what I have. This is great because I like having my games on the console. I don't like streaming. Like, it works okay, but, like, I don't know. It's not even... I'm just being weird. I just like it to be local. I feel like it does. Yeah. I noticed, like, a split-second difference. So, if... My girlfriend loves her Portal, though. Plays it, uses it on the couch. It's great. On the go, we were in a hotel room. But just having to be reliant on a good internet connection sort of leaves a bad taste in my mouth always. So, I would eat this up. Xbox put out one, I'd buy it right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's like, I really hope they do it because I think it's a smart move. I mean, we see in the market that like there's a place for this already. I mean, the Steam Deck is a huge success, and the Switch is obviously a massive success, and those are similarly like last gen powered machines, that can sell for a certain price point, and let people play their games on the go, right? Because I think the Steam machine or Steam Deck is kind of like a PS4 level kind of system.
Yeah.
so there's a market for it, and assuming when they said it's years away, like probably come out in like 2028 or something, and then right when the PS6 comes out, and PS6 is going to be like $600-700, and this PS5 whatever is going to be like $400 or something, $500, and
PS5 mobile.
They have the 35th anniversary PlayStation 6 and the 35th anniversary PlayStation Portable 2, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna have to put my ashes in that too. So it really sucks.
You guys split them up.
Yeah,
a little bit in each.
Little bit of Jerica's ashes in like every single PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Jerica's what?
What did I say? I was like, did I accidentally say a weird word?
No.
That does happen sometimes.
Not because my mom's in the chat now. Hello, Nancy in the chat.
I gotta be on.
She's so supportive.
No more talking about hot dog water from me. Okay. Okay. But yeah, Kayla, you have a Switch? Do you?
I do.
Stardew Valley. That was our Stardew Valley machine.
It was. Yes. I will be honest, guys. I used to be a big like portable player. Like I really, my biggest like contender with that was the Nintendo DS Classic, obviously. I had a PSP way back in the day. But I've really moved away from that. I don't know. I like playing at like my setup, and obviously like traveling it's nice to have like a portable machine. I do take my Switch in and play on it every now and then, but I don't use it as much as I probably should. So I don't know that this would be something that I would invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Never say never, right? Like I definitely could see myself doing it. I think it's cool that they have plans for that, because I'm not a big I've never really played on something that does like cloud streaming, but I don't think I would be the biggest fan of it just based on like what I know. But I think it's interesting. It'll probably have a big old price tag though, like you guys were saying.
Yeah. I'm curious.
We'll see.
I have no way to predict that. I guess probably consider the Steam Deck.
Yeah, like I mean, the Switch is like super underpowered, so that's why it's going to be so cheap. I mean, they haven't discounted it yet, but I mean, the Steam Deck is like it's popular, but it's not like ubiquitous, so it's not like not everybody has one, but it has filled that niche of like that. I don't even know what the cheapest one is. What, 300 maybe or something like that? 350, something like that.
My mic. I feel like I got this. It's a little dusty because it is primarily when I'm traveling. I got this literally to play Dave the Diver when I went to Paris earlier this year, but it was on sale.
Love it.
God,
so good.
But and this does exactly what I need it to do. It actually has, I think it goes to 120 FPS.
Oh,
I don't think that's what they say, or hertz, I don't know.
That's actually really great.
It doesn't have a LED screen, but like I like the quality. The games look super smooth, so that's why I went with it. I think the Steam Deck does that now too, and there's obviously an OLED model, but this was before that situation. Regardless,
can you only play Steam games on that, or is that what it's for?
Windows. That's why it's
really.
Yeah, I could play Xbox games. I just had the Xbox app on here. I guess it is a PC, so it is a portable PC with the screen.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Which you can get the Steam Deck or whatever and do the boot loops and the, I don't know, jailbreaks, whatever they're calling it, and probably put whatever you want on it. But this was easy. It's just Windows, and I can sort of navigate Windows.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I want to, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to talk to Jim Tasty about Call of Duty in our expert mode. I can't wait to get into it because I have a lot of questions for you. I've been a long time Call of Duty fan. I really I'm going to have to think about some of my own answers here. Hopefully yours can spur some of mine, because it's been a long run for me that I've played. But I can't remember exactly what the first one. I'll have to dig back into my brain. But we can kind of kick it off with, what are our top 3 Call of Duty games? All of us have played a good bit. So I think we can, and chat, please jump in. I would love to hear everybody else's answers too. But what are your top 3 Call of Duty games? This is obviously getting spurred from Black Ops 6 releasing recently. Like we talked about earlier, if you're joining late, Jerica and Jim Tacey have played and streamed together, and that's something that you've been streaming a lot of. So what are y'all's favorites? Whoever wants to start.
Ooh.
It's a big question to start with.
I'll say this, like the first online game I ever played was Call of Duty. Like I played the very first one, sort of dating myself a little bit, but I remember helping my mom helping me install it so I could play the games on the computer. Because I played on PC, and I remember it was like my first multiplayer mode. And I still I don't know the name of the map, but there was like this outdoor, like snowy map, and like you could get into trees and stuff. And I figured out a way to get into the tree, and I was just sniping folks. So and that was so much fun because no one could find me. And it was like one of the first cheeses, I guess. It could have been me that found it. I found my way up this tree, and I was just sniping folks. They didn't know. You're not supposed to be up there. Not in the first game. There's no way to get up there, but I figured out a way. And just playing online with people, and it was just so much fun. Like I got hooked, and I was like, this was my first exposure to that. So number 1, the first Call of Duty game, and I think that took place. I think that's the time frame of World War II, maybe, or 1. I don't know my wars too well of my history, but
wars.
It was the back in time Call of Duty. So
that's cool. I love that. What about you, Jim?
Oh man, wait. So is it my first Call of Duty,
or
the first?
Yeah. What's your
favorite?
What's your favorite? What's your introduction?
Oh man, technically my introduction to Call of Duty was through The Office when Jim and them are playing it in Scranton or Stanford, and he's using the sniper in the wrong map or whatever. But I remember Call of Duty 2 is the first one I was actually aware of because it was a 360 launch title. And this rich kid in my neighborhood got the 360 day one, and I was trying to be his best friend and hang out with him so we could play all the new games,
That's incredible.
But Call of Duty 4, that was the first one I bought and got into, and that might be my favorite too, by the way. Might be my favorite Call of Duty.
What time period does that one take place?
So Call of Duty 4 is kind of mid 2000s, it's very Iraq War, Middle East,
right?
Yeah.
That's the first Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's my first one too.
I'm gonna add that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That was the second one I thought of. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I have a lot of fond memories playing this one, especially the multiplayer modes. It had I think this one had, I've got an article pulled up just kind of looking at it too because I had to remind myself of the timeline. This one came out in 2007.
Yeah,
is when this one came out. Good.
Yeah, that was a great year for gaming. I think Call of Duty 4, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but that was the first one with perks.
Yeah.
And kill streaks and things like that. You couldn't customize any of the kill streaks, but you had them, and so that you got 3 kills in a row, and you're oh man, I'm on a momentum, I'm on a roll here. Let me lock in. But yeah, building the perks and stuff like that, it was so next level at that time to customize what kind of play style you wanted to play as, and I mean, we could talk for hours about the campaign. I mean, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of my favorite campaign single player stories ever. I still think about certain moments from that game because it was just so shocking and visceral storytelling and great character writing and on and on. I know Andy Cortez doesn't like Soap McTavish, but what a legend. What a legend. For real. I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah.
What a legend.
It's because this I'm trying to remember which one, and I'll have to see which one started the Black Ops. I think wasn't there not just Black Ops 1, but wasn't there one that kind of kicked off was this one?
No, you're thinking of World at War. That's
oh yeah.
That's Black Ops 0, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters are that too. Yeah.
Because if I had to pick I'm eventually going to build out a top 3 for sure, but my number 1 is the first Black Ops game. That's when I really got into it. Me and my brother we played so many hours like together. So it's very like nostalgic for me to like think about. We would pass the controller back and forth and like play different parts. And it's a very like emotionally intense campaign, like very incredible, spooky. Also got like some of the horror elements. So that was my like, and that one came out in 2010. And it's crazy to think like I'm looking at it now. I think I primarily played it on Xbox 360. Like I think it more entered like late Xbox 360 era, if I had to guess, because it also was out on PlayStation 3. So, Jerica, did you play you've played Black Ops, right? The original?
Yes. And
oh my gosh.
All I remember is zombies from that game. I don't really remember the campaign. But I remember that's because zombies was a part of the first Black Ops game, I'm quite sure, because I remember playing that on an Xbox 360. So it's been out.
Yes.
It's the beginning of Black Ops, if I'm remembering.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. History of zombies in Call of Duty, like I know that I think like the one thing that I love that they brought back with this one is the round-based zombies. I think it's so much fun. You have to be so like strategic with how you do different runs. Like I love being able to like have different combinations of guns that do different things and like pack punching everything. I think is really fun. I would definitely have to say the first Black Ops is up there for me. Bobcat CR in the chat said, I stopped playing Call of Duty when Destiny came out. After working at GameStop for years, I was kind of burnt out on Call of Duty. Modern Warfare would have definitely been my top pick.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Yeah, Call of Duty for me is like, because I think in one of the questions was like, when you quit playing, like, so I won't go too much into it, but because it comes out every year, right? Like, there's definitely been years where I'm like not as excited to jump in.
Yeah, for sure.
I usually still jump in, but there's definitely Call of Duties that I've played less of or more of. So, yeah, I definitely understand the burnout with Call of Duty for sure.
Yeah, it's a yearly installment. I'm trying to think like my top 3 would probably be first Black Ops. I really enjoyed the third one as well, as far as like the story I felt like was really good. And then I actually really enjoyed recently Cold War when it came out. I really enjoyed that one too.
Okay.
So I kind of jumped in like later in the game. Like I did play the first Modern Warfare.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know, it's hard because they're all like there's some really great ones in here, but I think that's right now going to be my top 3. Jerica, did you finalize your top? You said your first introduction. Are there any other ones that stick out to you?
Modern Warfare, the first one. And I'm trying just to think, is there anything else that's just the next Call of Duty thought that comes to my head is not even like a favorite, is like one of the moments that I just did not like the most. And it's like, which ones I loved.
Please.
I also remember this thing I did not like, but I forgot which one. It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe not even that long, but they put out just a multiplayer mode. They didn't have a campaign, and that just really disappointed me. I hope they never do that again. I was so sad that there was not a campaign for a year.
Was it last year with Modern Warfare 3 that had a campaign, but it was like not really a campaign? Or are you talking about Black Ops 4 in 2018?
Black Ops 4
just
probably.
That one,
I remember this being
very disappointing.
Years ago.
That one didn't have any like single player. Yeah.
I think I beat the last year's campaign. And no, I take that back. I think the last campaign I've actually beat, I missed last year's, was Vanguard. I actually enjoyed the Vanguard story a whole lot. It was fun. But yeah,
I skipped that one.
That one that came out.
I don't know why.
Didn't have a campaign. Made me mad. I was like, what the heck? What's the point?
It's interesting.
I remember the campaign and prop hunt. That's it. That's the only reason I'm showing up to Call of Duty. I'm just kidding. It's fun. It's fun. Like, it really scratched the itch when we hopped on the other night. Like, I'm back with it. My girlfriend's downloaded it, so we'll probably both play.
Nice.
Consistently. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I rambled and I don't know where we're at now.
Okay, so because I haven't given my top 3, I just kind of
give it.
Modern Warfare 1 as my number 1. With all these, anytime I do this kind of list, I'm always so bad at it because I'm like, do I pick just like my favorites or do I try to like have variety or whatever? So I'm going Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. I'm going Modern Warfare 2, the original. I mean, that game was like the biggest thing on the planet back in the day. Like I remember,
it was really great.
Yeah, I bought the guidebook for that. Like, why? Because
Aw.
it's like, that is a great story too, man. That story is
It does.
crazy with like no Russian and all that stuff. Like, I replayed that game because it celebrated its 15th anniversary a few days ago, and that campaign still hits. Like, it's awesome. And then just to throw some varieties and some a modern Call of Duty, I'm gonna put Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. So like the reboot, reimagining. I thought the campaign was super cool. Like when you're infiltrating the apartments, like it really felt like that
I played that one.
counterterrorism.
Yes.
Yeah,
Agreed. That was so like
I like it, I really felt like, oh my, like when the lady like pretends to be like an innocent person, then pulls out a gun. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like,
You just
really
wanted
good.
memory.
Yeah, really good campaign, fun multiplayer too. And then that I'm kind of lumping Warzone into that because they threw Warzone into that Call of Duty like right around launch. So Warzone 1 was obviously like a huge phenomenon as well. So Modern Warfare 2019 is I think a little underrated.
Yeah, I would agree. I did really enjoy that one. It sounds like you prefer the Modern Warfare lines as opposed to the Black Ops lines.
Oh, it's funny because like I easily could have thrown Black Ops 1 and 2 into my top 3. Like I love those first two Black Ops. I know, Jerica, you're just harping on Black Ops 4, but that was the first one that had a Call of Duty Battle Royale in it, and
That's true.
I played. That was like right when PUBG came out and Fortnite, and so I was like all in on Call of Duty Battle Royale. So
I guess
a lot of hours.
Sort of
into that.
necessary to have the team focus on that mode. That sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was I missed the campaign, but I'm glad. Yeah, that also happened because we played a little bit of Warzone the other night. That was fun. Like I was like,
it's hard. People are so sweaty.
It's hard, but it's like if I'm gonna play a game, one of these games like this, either this or like Apex, have always sort of been like, or Apex has always been like my favorite, but like really made me want to jump in more.
I mean, you get that win and you feel like you're on top of the world, right? So that's why you play, Yeah.
That's what keeps the fuel going.
Oh yeah.
We do have some questions in the chat. High Score Weekly. Yeah. Thank you for highlighting that, Jerica. High Score Weekly said, "Do you have any of you have any preference between the two devs and which Call of Duty games they've made?" It's Treyarch, and then what's the other one?
Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer. Yeah.
Okay.
But and then there's like Shanghai. They have like 20 studios working on it, but like
that's true.
The three main studios that are working on it. I think I would you kind of were highlighting it, but I think I'd probably prefer Infinity Ward. I think they're balanced with like their campaigns and the multiplayer, and then eventually Warzone. Like I really vibe with. I like zombies, but I'm not the biggest zombies fan, mostly because I don't know what to do, so I always get lost with like the Easter eggs and stuff. So. But yeah, I probably prefer the Infinity Ward style.
Yeah, I don't know who makes what. I'm ignorant in this area, but I do love whatever studio is involved with the zombies. That is my wheelhouse for sure. I love the Easter eggs. It feels like a puzzle within the game that I find very interesting. So that would be my preference. I don't really know who is primarily over that.
From what I could tell recently, like Treyarch, I just remember they had their own mixing in Black Ops. So I think Treyarch does most of the Black Ops games.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was throat sound that came out of my throat. I don't know if y'all heard it.
Inserter, welcome in the chat, first time chatter. What is up? The original Warzone was easily the best, and High Score Weekly also was really glad that we mentioned Warzone. He put a lot of hours into it, and it said it sounds like from what everyone's been saying, Infinity Ward is the preference here. Does sound like that for sure. But I think we talked a little bit about it too, but any specific memories tied to Call of Duty? Is there anything that sticks out for you guys? I mentioned the story with my brother is like something that's really near and dear to my heart. Do you guys have any like waking up on Christmas morning, getting the new Call of Duty? I know that my mom would always I was probably way too young. Sorry, Mom, and calling you out in chat, but at some point I was too young to be playing these games. What about y'all?
My mom did not care. She was like, I want to play Grand Theft Auto. She's like, okay. And see, I turned out okay, right? Sort of. I just smell like hot dog. So what else? Whatever. I think like to answer that question, like I just think about like it's my first multiplayer like online FPS and like just sort of enjoying it even at a younger age, and how it's still been a part of my life. I know I primarily play like Destiny now, but like that kind of game, those kind of modes like are just so fun, and they just to be doing it, they sort of, led the way with that. And from my game development, like growing up with video games, like they were the first and they are still doing it every single year. So to be able to innovate and keep people wanting to come back, it's obvious, like probably why Microsoft wanted to own it. So it's, I don't know, I think online games, I think this game, I think Call of Duty, it's where I play with my friends. So, and like of all my gamer friends, like there's every group you can find somebody to play Call of Duty with. So,
yeah. For me, I mean, I could go on, so cut me off if I'm going on too long.
No, please.
Modern Warfare 2 with game battles, that was like the first time I tried doing like professional, like competing like matches and stuff, where you could sign up on the website and then add each other, and then you get to these like private matches. And that was like my first like foray into like competing with video games, which was super cool. It's kind of like what you just brought up, Jericho, like I know like on Kind of Funny they always talk about like with the Maddens and the FIFAs and Call of Duties, like those games are so massive because there's people who only play those games. Like they're not gamers, but they will buy a Call of Duty and play it, for a month or two and here and there. And I have a couple of those friends, like they play Halo and Call of Duty, and so they still have an Xbox One. And fortunately, Halo and Call of Duty are still on that system. So. But that's just what they play, and so it's a great way for me to like connect with them and keep in touch with them because they're like dads now and real adults. So, but yeah, so yeah, and then midnight launches too.
Oh yeah,
I'll show some love to Treyarch with Black Ops 1 and 2. Those I have fond memories with that. Where Black Ops 1, I went to Best Buy. They had this like jazz band that was playing music while people are waiting in line. Like.
Cool.
A bunch of like teenage early 20s guys in Indiana at the time, and then Black Ops 2, I was a freshman in college, and it felt like every guy was on campus at that GameStop, like picking it up. Like it was just a massive throng of people. It was super cool playing the game at the stations there. And then Warzone, COVID days, right? Everyone's locked in. People.
Yeah.
I never played games with before that I was friends with, but they just weren't gamers. Like, we're like, hey, I have a PlayStation 4. Like, you want to play Warzone? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, let's go. And so it's been a really good community builder, like over the decades. So
yeah. I feel like we've came a long way in some aspects, like not to get too much into this, but being a young woman playing Call of Duty is a struggle if you decide to be on chat at any point or really have any type of feminine attributes in your name. So that was interesting. And it's funny looking back at now, like the way, like if you were playing multiplayer or really like anything, like the way that the teenage boys will be like, oh my it's a girl. She's on the chat. But there, obviously there's criticisms when it comes to us too, and we'll probably get to that next. Is like another inserter in the chat also said that they feel like now these days it's more of a cash grab. And I can see that criticism for sure, especially since like we were talking about earlier, it's every single year. And while I do think they are able to make changes every year, especially in the campaign aspect, like I do think like I think that's a valid criticism. One of my personal criticisms, and we talked about this before we got on to, is how much damn space these games take up. Oh my god, we got to talk about it.
It's like you can only have Call of Duty on the console if you're playing. And maybe like one other game.
Yeah. I specifically bought that memory card for the Xbox to like add more storage, and I have all of MW2 and MW3 and Black Ops 6, and it's 400 gigabytes. And
that's great.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't even know if Cold Wars include that. I don't even think I have that installed, so it could be more. But it's a lot.
Space.
It is a lot. Now I'm always like, if you take it piece by piece, it's not that bad because it is like 3 games with like 8 different modes, but
Yeah.
Yeah, 400 gigs is a whole lot. Yeah, it's like your entire hard drive.
But I will say, for me, the quality has always delivered, though. Like
Yeah.
I think like the quality of picture, the quality of like gameplay that you get is pretty consistent across the board. Like, would you guys agree? Like throughout the games, throughout the years?
Yeah.
I think most of them have like enough, like they all have their own tude, their own attitude. That makes sense. I think anytime like a Black Ops is coming out, like I think about Kayla, like because that's one of her. It's gonna have zombies. It's gonna have the type of campaign that she's really interested in. So I do like that. Like, if I was listening correctly, because I sort of was trying to pull up something else. Am I on this question correctly? I heard maybe like 75% of it.
We're talking about if there was a moment where we quit playing. Like we're talking about some of the downsides, the dark side, if you will.
I will say like I appreciate that a lot of them are so different, but I will say like when I fell off was when they were bringing back. Like I would hear, I don't know, like remake, like when they're redoing some of the games.
Yeah.
At first glance, like I always feel like, it's just the same old, same old. I won't touch it. But you spoke to, I don't know, was it Modern Warfare
19?
Was that it? I'm losing track now. But one of them recently that was sort of brought back. I think they brought back a few at this point. But it's not like a same for same. Like there's a new campaign tied to it. But at first glance, like if I hear like a remake with Call of Duty, I sort of shrug it off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, because they've remade like Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the original versions got like remasters. And I'm a sucker where I'm like better graphics, like that I'll play through the campaign again or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, with like the Modern Warfare like reimagining, I guess is what you'd call it, where they tell the same story but it's slightly different. Again, I'm one of those suckers where I'm like, okay, like you have all the ingredients here, but you're just like adding them in differently and different amounts. Like, it's worth jumping back in. Along with like the multiplayer and Warzone or Zombies or Spec Ops or whatever, all the side modes that they have. Going to you, what you said, Kale, like just like Call of Duty's always so consistent. Like I think even your least favorite Call of Duty is still like fine or good. Like I was going through all the Call of Duty games. I couldn't find them all, but like Advanced Warfare, like that's like definitely not my favorite. But like I remember playing the campaign and the graphics were great and the spectacle's there and there you go. And the multiplayer, I remember having fun for like a month or so and yeah, so like it's not my favorite, but I had good times with it still, right? So I feel like you could say that about all of the Call of Duty stuff.
Top quality, and I'm always so impressed with like the audio. Like it sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Like that always blows. Knocks my socks off, and yeah, it's one of those games that every one that comes out always sort of like always makes me like want to rub my eyes and like I'm like, this is what games look like now. It's insane. So like quality, yeah, every year you're getting sort of like you're always guaranteed to get a great campaign, great graphics, a great upgrade. So it's worth your money. I think like what makes me fall off, it is not necessarily like would I play a new Call of Duty game? I'm like absolutely every year. It's just like what else is coming out during the holiday season that's taking me away from it. And I think, with the remakes or the reimagined games, I think something else came out and that's why I didn't get to it. So
that's fair.
And I think like I'm willing to sacrifice. Now, I will tell you, Black Ops 6, obviously we're connected, we're playing online together and stuff, but reason why I jumped on, usually I wait for like a Black Friday deal to get a Call of Duty game. So it's normally what I do because I usually want to play it. But for Black Ops, like I actually was going to jump in early, pay full price because I heard the campaign was just that good. So, I mean, when I hear stuff like that, of course I'm going to jump in. Yeah. I don't know as good going with that, but yeah, sometimes I just miss on them because they happen every year. And if something else is out, it's just going to be added to like, maybe I'll get to that in a few months and then the next one's out already. So,
yeah. I I wrote some notes down on like when I kind of fell off because again, it's been what 21 years of Call of Duty now or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a little lady. I was up in
it's always funny.
I was up in that tree sniping in the snow.
But like when Call of Duty Ghosts came out and Advanced Warfare, which I just showed, like that's kind of a moment when I fell off in terms of not being super engaged because that was when the new consoles came out, and so they weren't backwards compatible. There was definitely no crossplay back then.
Yeah.
And so there was those friends who had the Xbox One, but there was some friends who still were on the 360 at the time, or who had switched over to PS4 and stuff. So that was like bunch of everyone kind of went all over the place. That was definitely hard to like stay connected with like that group community, which again with Call of Duty and its feature set, like it's crossplay everywhere, so you can be on anything.
Yeah, they fixed that. They're like, never again, I'm sure, after
the
what happened with, you know, who's all online, who's purchasing, especially with a cross-generational release. So like yeah, they were like, never again.
It was a smart move.
Yeah. And then what brought me back around that time was Black Ops 4 with the Battle Royale, because I was just all in on that game mode, and I still am. So when they were adding that, yeah. So, and then there's a time when I stopped playing Call of Duty for a year. Was Warzone had this like broken meta where you had this DMR and you'd like two-shot somebody like across the map, and it was just not a fun time to play. Just Google Call of Duty DMR meta, and you'll probably see Reddit posts of people raging.
Of course.
Call of Duty 2 had a big cheating problem for a while. I don't know if you all ever heard about that, but like people were cheating in like Warzone and stuff. Like you'd be playing like a 30-minute battle royale match.
So much.
30-minute battle royale match, and get to the end, and some guy would like have unlimited stims like a mile away, and you're just like nightmares. But I came back when Warzone 2 came out, which was like 2 years ago. And then you know, I still jump in every now and again with Warzone. So yeah.
In the chat we have from Inserter, Black Ops 2 Zombies was the best. Between Buried and Origins, it was perfect, and they did a good job with the Zombie Chronicles DLC for Black Ops 3. I'm not a huge DLC person. I have played some here and there of Call of Duty. Is there any DLC that has stuck out to you, Jim Tacey? Anything that like you really enjoyed, or that
DLC for Call of Duty?
Yeah.
DLC. So again, this is like in the old days, but the map packs when you had to like buy a map pack. I remember again, this was like when I was first buying like DLC, so it was like the coolest thing in the world to like buy something that added on to your game.
That.
But and again, I thought it was like so funny because I'm like, oh yeah, this is happening in the real life. But with Modern Warfare 2, their first map pack was called the Stimulus package, and I'm like, oh yeah, the Stimulus with the recession. I know what that is, and like bought it, and I'm like, oh, I get 4 maps for $20. Like what a great deal. And of course, because now it's all free, right? But of course, back then, like you had the friends who didn't buy the DLC, so if you played with them, like you couldn't play the map.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, come on, Zach. Like you gotta buy the map.
You gotta buy the maps. Like
nostalgic like grief to bring back, like playing with folks that didn't have like a certain. I have not thought about that in so long.
Yeah, like, it doesn't really happen anymore. But
yeah,
like if you didn't have the map packs, you were out. It was tough.
We as far as like another like just nostalgic thing for me is like I played a lot of couch co-op with I think that's why like the Zombies like stands out to me, is because you could play like 4 split screen, and we would also do like LAN parties, but like not really LAN parties because we would just like play on split screen. But like other people would bring in their consoles, like depending on who all we were playing with. Like we would have like an 8 stack, like we would have like 2 different TVs and consoles, and like 4 people playing on each thing. So it was a good time. I think like we were all kind of talking about this, but the addition of adding the new Call of Duties to PC Game Pass is something that has been really helpful for me as like someone who I would say I probably fell off like regular purchasing of the Call of Duty games. I'm trying to think like when the last, probably around like the Ghost era as well. Aside from like the new Black Ops installments, like because that's what I was really interested in at the time. But what brought me back is like it being on PC Game Pass and like that me having a PC and like being able to participate in that with like low stakes, like low entry. Because like again, and really just like having the extra time too, like Jericho was saying, like it really just depends on what's coming out around the same time for me because I'm slow when I play games. I'm not like a go. So the PC Game Pass has been really helpful. Do you guys prefer to own it, or do you guys like playing on PC Game Pass, or what's your kind of shtick there?
Well, I sort of had to last week to be able to play with Jim Tasty here because like I couldn't get my PlayStation to let me get audio from Discord to the controller to the stream. I found a workaround, so I have to worry about that again. But it definitely came in handy because instead of buying it for PC, like I was like, I'll just subscribe to Xbox for a month and play this.
Yeah.
And if there's something else in there that I just need to get my hands on, I'll take advantage of that this month. Then I'll cancel it because I won't need it. But I love being able to have that option where I could subscribe for a month and just sort of try some things out versus spending $70 and it not hitting like I wanted to, or just, putting it on the shelf for another year. So yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, normally I'm like always buy physical. I try to buy the discs if I still can. But with this Call of Duty, I was like, oh, it's on Game Pass. Like, I don't need to buy it. If I really connect with it and really, really love it, and it becomes one of my favorite Call of Duties, I might buy it on sale. Just to have that, box
Trophy
on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Game Pass was just like, oh, it's it's already there for, right for the download. So, and I know like it had record player numbers or something like that.
Yeah.
Especially on Xbox, obviously because of Game Pass. And so, it's just made it such an easy way to just dive in and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I noticed you're a physical collector. I can see your shelves, and I still like having like I'm kind of like you. If it's like something I know is like going to be a favorite of mine or something that I've invested a lot of time in, I really want that. Like I'll buy it on sale too. Like I like having the physical disc.
Yeah,
for sure. Cool. Well, I think I think
I'm a delayed response, but I was like, I was trying to think of the last physical game I bought because I've sort of fallen off buying physical unless it is like I love this game so much. But I forgot I bought Astrobot and I even have a place to
play
Sked now into my PlayStation, but I have it unopened in a box, and that's how I'm probably going to keep it. Like I want Astrobot to be pristine on the shelf. So that was the last game I bought physical. I was just trying to think, and then delayed response. The Red Bull's wearing off.
No, you got to do your 12-hour stream, Jericho. Remember?
I didn't forget. Oh, I didn't forget.
Oh no. I did forget last year. Oh my gosh. Last week, Jericho asked on our socials, the community, what their favorite game, Call of Duty game was. And so a couple people we don't have live, the Living Click, said World War II, only because I don't like the modern day Call of Duties. Interesting to see the themes throughout these. Then we have the Dan Good Show, said the original Modern Warfare has one of the coolest opening missions ever. I agree. Oh, yeah. It's really good. John Price, salute. So good. Sir Dr. JM said, if anyone says it's not the OG Modern Warfare, they're lying.
I love this response.
It's the one that made the multiplayer into what it is today, but also if anyone doesn't say Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, they're probably born after the 90s. That's
nothing wrong with just being born late, right? Yeah. You can still go back.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, man, that Call of Duty, that campaign's so good. The nuke, when the nuke goes off.
Yeah. It's great. In front of the show, a CC Cognitive Clip said OG Modern Warfare 2 because that's the last time I truly played them.
There you go.
Some variety, a lot of commonality. Nobody said Black Ops. I'm not offended. It's okay. But I would love to. Anybody have any closing thoughts on Call of Duty? I know I feel like we've covered a wide array of like what we like, what we don't like.
Putt. I love prop putt. That's my favorite thing about Call of Duty. Being turned into a broom and running around. That's my favorite. I'm so ready for that this week. And also Call of Duty makes me think of Doritos and Mountain Dew. Like that is the true that
classic.
Halo, Call of Duty are the games to just have. Like if you were playing what's a game? Pictionary or where you have to like act out. Like those are the games you use. Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are the games that you depict to get someone to say video game. Like they're so iconic in my eyes. So
yeah.
In my generation of gaming, like as a kid, like I played a little bit of everything, but like as a teenager, like it was Call of Duty and Halo. And that's just sort of like it's just the bad kid in me staying up late and playing those games and drinking the Mountain Dew. It's like the first time I did that. So like it's stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One question we did miss, and I do think it's relevant, is High Score Weekly said, "Is it just me or is the user interface horrible these days?"
Yes.
It's
bad. It's really bad. I'm someone that revisited. It's been a few years for me, and I was like, how do I play?
Where am I? Where are you?
God, Kayla, Mr. Tasty here, our friend Matt knew how to drive. And I was driving the bus, which was really scary. Like I'm driving the bus. I'm like, where do I go? Y'all, where's the bus stop? Where's the gas station?
Can I say that actually, I feel like this one is not as bad as it has been in like the past couple years. Do you agree?
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Absolutely atrocious. But it is getting better. So, over time, hopefully it continues to be more streamlined. At this point, it's kind of comical. I kind of chuckle every time it happens, but every time you launch the game, you're like, oh, I downloaded the update. Should be good. You launch the game and then it's like, oh, this update requires a restart. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
What does that mean? And then what's even funnier, Jarek, I don't know if you've come across this. You're playing like multiplayer and it required the restart for that. And you're like, oh, let me go to the campaign. And it's like update requires restart for like each individual like siloed off experience. And I'm like, that is crazy. Yeah. But it's like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like, so that's why I kind of chuckle at it. I'm like, it's like
funny at this point.
But it
coagulated mess, but
they have it all there for a reason because they just want it to be a singular experience, which I can appreciate. But man, for someone that hasn't been back in a while, hopping into that was pretty intimidating, and like it took me to figure out what's going on. Now that I will say this, I want to say it's not the worst thing in the world. Like it took me maybe a night to understand where to go, what to do. But I get it. I get why it's like that. I didn't mean to be a huge hater. I'm just like, I'm already getting lost in Destiny. I play that on the regular. I don't want another game that I get also just lost. And what do I click on? What's free? What's not free? Well, Game Pass, it can be free. Warzone's free. But if you want to play Black Ops multiplayer on your PlayStation, you have to buy it. So that's where it gets also a little hairy. So,
yeah.
I agree 100%. It's not the best for sure. It's not the most intuitive.
It's getting there.
It's better. Like I'm trying to think what even like something as fairly recent as like Cold War, I felt like was worse. Like, and I think it's just because they're trying to do so many different. It's almost like if you're playing on PC. I don't know if this is across all consoles, but there's almost like the Call of Duty app. Basically, like you have the app Call of Duty, and then you have within that the different like subsections for the campaign, for older campaigns, for the multiplayer, for Warzone. Like there's so many different like subsets. There's a lot going on. They're trying to do a lot.
Yeah.
Jake Twitchin, what up in the chat? Welcome. You're about to get to the best part, honestly. Like I'm excited to sign off with our
show with our magic
classic
question. If we needed to summon Jim Tasty, okay,
take Jerica. Yeah, take it away with our send off.
All right, Jim Tasty, tell us, if we were to summon you via black magic, what 5 items would we need to complete the summoning of the Jim Tasty?
So when I saw this question, I chuckled because this is so awesome. And
stole it from somewhere.
Yeah, we
One,
did.
2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I listed 5 things. I was like,
From
what? There's so many things I could list. So, of course, I listed an Xbox controller. You know,
Excellent.
you gotta
Mhm.
rub that on. I put an Uncrustable.
Oh,
that's a
my
good
God,
one.
that's
No one has
amazing.
that yet. No.
Uncrustables are so good.
You understood the assignment.
I'm not afraid to admit it. Uncrustables are delicious. Plus, if this is like some like cauldron thing, right? That'd be a good thing to add.
Multi-thriving.
Threw in an iced Americano. I'm a big coffee guy, so got to have that coffee in there.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to like personify this because like I love watching like movies and TV, but like you can't say like Netflix or something like. So
put it in there.
So I wrote down Community Season 1 DVD because that's the show I'm watching right now. So you can throw that in there. And then I got to represent the fandom. So I wrote down Captain America's Shield. Just
nice. Marvel fan.
big Marvel guy, yeah. So
Okay.
got to throw that in there. Yeah.
I love it. Was that 5? That's 5,
1, 2,
was it?
3.
I
Yeah, 5.
count.
Huh? Yeah, 5.
It's too late.
That's a good range.
Yeah.
I feel like I understand you a lot better now, and I hope that our audience does too. And then like we may have, I think we kind of touched on this, but what would you classify as like some of your top games of all time for our audience to get to know you a little bit better before we go?
That's a good question. And similar to like Call of Duty, I'm like I could list like 5
Yeah.
RPGs that I love, but like I'm gonna throw some variety in for this. Oh man, this is tough. I'll probably put Mass Effect 1 in there. Like favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
But then I was gonna list like all these other BioWare RPGs, but I can't sack the
You
box.
can.
I mean, you could. We went no judgment here.
I'll throw in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. That's probably my favorite Zelda game. Trying to like get all the systems and console families.
Yeah.
I'll probably throw in, if I'm throwing in Sony, man, it's either like The Last of Us or God of War.
Oh, great picks both. Which the OG God of War?
No, I'm thinking like 2018.
Okay.
I'll throw in God of War 2018. And then I'll throw in a shooter. So I'll probably, again, I'll throw in Call of Duty 4 since we've been talking about Call of Duty today.
Nice.
And then that's 4, so I got one more. I'm gonna throw in Mario Party 2. I love Mario. I'm a Mario Party addict. It brings out the best and the worst of humanity.
Truly.
A lot of iconic moments with my friends, and it's the game for all type of gamers. You can be the sweatiest gamer, and you will still lose in Mario Party because someone else rolled like a 10 or whatever, and they just got lucky, right? So it lets people of all walks of life jump in and have the same experience. So it's a great equalizer. I love Mario Party.
Man,
that's actually really beautiful. I love that so much. Well, thank you. I think that that gives a great insight to who you are. High School Weekly said Jim Tacey has good taste.
Certainly. It takes a lot to impress Mr. High Score Weekly. So the fact that you've done it, I'll send you an award of some sort. I don't know.
All right.
And mail you a sticker just to show that you got a fan here from High Score Weekly.
Heck yeah.
You can do anything now. You literally can.
Anything.
If everyone here was like, oh my God, yeah, High Score Weekly wants to follow you. One more time, where can they find you, and what do you have going on this week? Do you have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, so you can find me, Jim Tacey, on any platform. If you just search Jim Tacey, you'll find me. I stream roughly 5 times a week on twitch.tv/Jim Tacey, mostly at night, so like 8 p.m. to like 1 a.m. Central is usually my schedule. But sometimes I'll start later or earlier, just if I'm, feeling the flow differently, I guess. What was the other question? Anything that I got going on. Yeah. I got it. As you know, scheduling can be difficult. So I have a buddy, the guy that does the TikToks with me. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
I have, yeah.
He's, I'm trying to nail down his schedule, but me and him promised to do a complete Army of Two series playthrough. So if you remember Army of Two,
Yeah.
they're not the greatest games, but they were kind of popular back in the
Yeah.
360 days, and they're like the co-op third-person shooter games. So hadn't played them in a long time, and I was like, that'd be so random but cool to play Army of Two for no reason at all.
I love it.
Co-op in person.
That's fun.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna do that this week if he confirms. We'll see. But yeah, you'll just have to find out.
You'll have to go follow him to
I'll
find
be
out.
sniffing around.
That's right.
I'll be hopping in there if y'all do that. That'd be really fun to revisit.
Yeah, I haven't even played the third one. I've only played the first two. Again, actually, we could talk about this for hours, but I remember renting the second one, going over to a friend's house, and it's like, let's rent a game at Blockbuster. This is
That's so fun.
Blockbuster times. Yeah, so good times.
Man.
Well, thank you for joining us. I really enjoyed having you. Hopefully we'll have you back soon sometime. We should definitely do some more things all together.
I promise one day we'll all start on time too. I know we're late. I know High Score Weekly even outed us. We do start late most of the time. One day we won't be. Okay? One day we won't. But I appreciate your patience with us. And yeah, join the show. Like, definitely fun to have you on. And I cannot wait to do a Last of Us episode with you.
Yes.
Wait for season 2. We'll definitely put that in the books.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Is that what, March?
Yeah, I think the aim is like before whatever awards happen for television earlier in the year. I think they have to be before May, if I'm not mistaken. So I think March is whatever.
Because Andor is April, late April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good
Excited
time for TV.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Do we want to raid someone on our way out? Is that what the cool kids do? I see that Madeline is live. We could go raid her live.
Raider.
Yeah.
Do you want to stick around?
Let's go in. I'm on the pirate ship. I just want to imagine us just flying in on a ship.
Save the day, everyone.
Bye. You don't fly in on a ship.
Yeah.
We're surfing.
That one Mario ship with the wings.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
a blimp.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Do I need to click something to raid?
I got you. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.